Arora joins us, founder Helios Capital. Good morning.
Good morning.
कल क्या हो गया? FI sold, DIs bought, but markets fell.
That is why you see, to survive in this market, I've been doing it for 30 years. Upar niche, upar niche. But yesterday, it didn't look like FII selling because institution, in particular in illiquid shares, don't sell like this because they won't be able to sell anyway whatever they have. So I guess that it was more to do with Indian leverage selling being sold by brokers or whoever financiers more than otherwise.
Okay, now,
And therefore it might be plus minus somewhere, maybe short term, maybe medium term bottom, or maybe I don't know, one more day, 2 more days. But generally, you tell me, up to December, the foreign investors were like in the month of December, foreign investors bought. In the whole year, they sold, if you include primary plus secondary, some $1.4 billion. And I just saw on a Goldman report that in whole of Asia, they sold 24 billion, that is excluding China. What happened in January for them to sell 10 billion and people to think that, India, something has changed? What has changed exactly in a 15, 20-day period? I don't think it is that. It is just momentum begetting momentum kind of thing. Obviously, some stocks will correct more or less.
I keep the FI equation out of the picture, and FI sold yesterday, DIs bought. So I'm assuming that the net liquidity yesterday, by and large, was neutral. It's not that net institutional liquidity is very negative. But the
Correct.
selling in mid and small cap stocks, I think, is where we need to probe a bit further.
Local by local types. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So the point is, and there are a lot of scenarios, and perhaps we lean on your experience to perhaps guide our viewers here. First is, this kind of selling in small and mid cap stocks, could that accelerate further because the ownership levels and the valuation comfort is still not there? So it could really get ugly before it gets better.
So big picture is that normally in the long run, small caps don't do materially different than the market. I made that presentation in November last year, basically showing that if you look at 20-year type of number, then this Nifty small cap index or whatever it's called, NSE small cap index was basically in line with the 500 index. Actually, it was a little lower. So when the phase of small and mid cap outperformance is there, and that outperformance is of the extent of some big number, say 8% per annum for 3-4 years, generally some excuse will be found to correct it. So I have not done it today to see whether these things have come back to longer term average, maybe not. But in the meantime, a little bit has changed in the character of the market because of flows to domestic mutual funds and small cap funds being very big. So you can say a little bit higher because there is a little bit more local risk-taking capacities in INR terms. FI has to worry about INR and currency and all that, which local guy doesn't have to. So you can say, okay, bump it up 1% extra per annum kind of thing. It will be plus minus there. It won't be materially different. So it can correct a little bit more, but I don't think it is like over and that means that the category is over. I don't think that is the case.